Hey guys, this is Wilt 18, and I'm here to give you a commentary on this battle I had for the semifinals of Flygon's tournament against Master Trainer Joe or something like that. I'll tell you guys who his real username is at the end of the battle. But this is my first time doing this, so just bear with me. If you like what I do, what I'm about to do, just leave a like and comment or republish. So let's just start away. That was a pretty good battle. So I decided to lead off with my guard chomp since I usually always lead off with him. I probably shouldn't say that, but I do because he runs stealth rock, so he can set up rocks and he can also attack with a huge attack. I also thought he would send out Klefki since most people open up with Klefki. So yeah, so I anticipate the switch and I use stealth rock, yeah. And then I switch out because I know this Rotom's going to use Will-O-Wisp and that it can't even touch my Sylveon because Sylveon's a god. Like, you should try him out. He is amazing. I avoid the attack anyway, but even if he did hit me, Sylveon has Heal Bell, which allows him to take any status move and not even worry about it. He can also heal his teammates. So. God hits himself in confusion, though. So I get the leftovers. Right now, I'm just trying to get some damage off of him because I know he can't touch me. His Thunderbolt barely does any damage. Look at that. Sylveon eats that up. Of course, I'm still confused, so I have to get through that, and I get a Hyper Voice off him. And it does a lot more than I thought it would, actually. Because usually Rotom's pretty bulky. And, you know, this Sylveon is so freaking bulky. You'll see later in the battle. I don't even have max special defense EVs in it, so it can take hits even without being fully invested. He sends out Klefki to counter my Sylveon. I snap out of confusion, thank goodness. I use Hyper Voice just to get some damage off of him. It's not like I could do anything to him with this Sylveon. But then I decided to send out Magnezone because Magnezone has a great ability. It's called Magnet Bull, and it prevents steel types from escaping the arena, so you're trapped in with them. Oh, hold on, I used Protect first to get the leftovers. And then, he used Toxic. I also wanted to see what he did, just to scout him out. And Magnezone can also take a Toxic, so he can't even touch me. Also, the great thing about Magnezone is that it can resist being paralyzed and resist being toxic. So here's Magnezone. I named him Markava because that's the name of a tank. I just looked it up. Of course, he uses Swagger, though. Swag play, Klefki, is one of the most annoying things in all of Pokemon. So I become confused. I don't want to hurt myself because it'll do a ton of damage, and that's unnecessary. So I decided to switch to Garchomp because my Garchomp has rough skin, and he also has a Rocky Helmet on him. So it does a ton of damage to Klefki. And this helps a lot later in the battle because I don't have any EVs invested in Garchomp, but he can still take hits and then damage his opponent without even touching him. Like, Garchomp can hard counter Ambipom because Fake Out hurts Ambipom, and if he uses Double Hit, it faints him. I know because I had this recent experience of that happening. And so he sends out Greninja. I don't know why he did this because Greninja can't take hits. So whatever I do is going to hurt him a ton. I think Earthquake would have actually killed him because look how much Dragon Claw does. But I know I can't touch him because he has Ice Beam and that'll just destroy me. So I decided to switch to Scizor. I run bulky Mega Scizor. He's just strong. He wasn't very useful in this game, but he did threaten a bit. So he uses Ice Beam. He eats this up. Look at that. I run a Careful Nature, so he can take special attacks pretty easily. So I decided to Mega Evolve. I know he can't touch me, and I know he'll kill himself with his Life Orb, so I decided to go for the Swords Dance. I don't know why he went for Ice Beam right here, because Scald would have been the better option, because you have the possibility of getting the burn, and I'm pretty sure, is Scald neutrally effective? I don't know. I think it is, but, I mean, you have the chance of getting the burn, which is always better. So I use Swords Dance, but, I mean, it's not going to be much, because he switches out to his Infernape, which I cannot touch with the Scizor, sadly. So I decided to switch out to Mega Garchomp because, I know he's going to use some type of fire physical move. And then Garchomp's Rough Skin plus Rocky Helmet comes in handy once again. Look how much damage this does to him. Just look at it. I don't even have to do anything. Look at that. And then, see, it's like 1/3 of his health. And he has to withdraw, which I don't know why he did, because he's faster than me. I was surprised that he's faster than me, because you'll see later in the battle how much he does. But I used Dragon Claw. I should have used Earthquake, because this does more damage, and it's super effective. I think I was anticipating him to switch to Rotom Wash at that point, so I decided to use yeah, that's what happened. So I decided to switch to Caesar, because Bullet Punch threatens Gardevoir like fuck. It decides to Mega Evolve and use Hyper Voice. It does a good amount of damage on my Mega Caesar. I was surprised that it did this much, because it's not very effective, plus I have a ton of investments in my special defense. But he has to switch, and I anticipated switch, so I decided to use a Roost to get some health back, so I can switch back into him sometime. Turns out that annoying freaking Klefki again. So I know he's going to use, Swagger, probably. Actually, he doesn't use Swagger on my Mega Caesar, because that won't help him. I forgot, but I switched to my Magnezone again. And he uses Swagger. Never mind, he uses Swagger. So yeah. But I decided to stay in this time. But I think he was anticipating me to switch out, because I switched out the first time. But, because he uses Swagger again, which, doesn't really help him. You should have used Will-O-Wisp or something like that. Yeah, he used Swagger again, but I'm more confused, so it's just raising my attack. I decided to try to get through the confusion through a Thunderbolt. And Thunderbolt actually did more to Klefki, because this Magnezone is Choice Spec, so it does a shit ton of damage. I think they do about the same, but gosh, Magnezone is a boss. He does Choice Spec Magnezone. You have to try him out too. Try him and Sylveon out. They're two of the best Pokemon to pair with each other. So there's this Noivern. I know he's going to use Flamethrower, so I decided to send out God, who can eat up any special attack. Watch how much this does. Oh my god, Sylveon. You just eat that up. And then I'm pretty sure he's Choice, so he's locked into it, so he's going to switch to something. So I just decided to get some damage off and use Hyper Voice. He actually ends up sending out Rotom, which I Hyper Voice. It does a lot of damage. Actually, Rotom was not his best switch here, because Rotom can't even touch Sylveon, so I don't know why he decided to switch to Rotom. All those foreign names, though. I think Sylveon was the MVP of this game. He decided to use Will-O-Wisp, which isn't a threat to me because of Heal Bell. Yeah, I use Hyper Voice. It does a lot of damage. It almost kills him. Yeah, he has 3 health left. And then I decided to just finish him off, because I know I could have used Heal Bell or Witch or something like that here, but I mean, I just wanted to get rid of this Rotom quickly as soon as I could, because, Rotoms are dangerous. Sorry I'm shaking so much. This is my first video, so. Yeah, kill him. And he switches into Infernape, yeah. And Infernape can do a ton of damage to Sylveon because it's physical, and Sylveon doesn't like physical hits, so I decided to switch to my Garchomp again. And I was surprised because he used Earthquake, and I forgot that I didn't even know Infernape had Earthquake. I was talking to some people, and they said he did. And I guess I just don't know what Infernape runs, because, I don't encounter him that much. I don't use him. Yeah, so, and I was also surprised again that Infernape was faster than Garchomp. So that was a nice surprise. My Garchomp dying. So I sent out Greninja, because Greninja can use Scald and destroy Infernape. But he doesn't have Mach Punch. I forgot about that. So I was so thankful that Greninja clutched at this and survived the hit. I destroy him with Scald. He switches to Noivern next, because Noivern is faster than Greninja. Because Noivern is all speed. He has nothing else. You have to run Choice. You have to run. I forgot. Do people run Specs or Scarf? I don't know. Well, I know most Noiverns are. Yeah, I run an Expert Belt on my Greninja. Most Noiverns are either choiced or scarfed. I forgot which one. So I decided to switch out to Sylveon because whatever he does, he can't touch me. Actually, he does touch me in this because it slashes a lot more than I thought it would. But it was a crit, so crits are really annoying. They just take away from the fun of the game, but you know, they're fun to hope for. So I decided to switch out again because I know I don't want Sylveon to die. I switched into my Magnezone because I know he's locked in the Air Slash, and Air Slash won't do shit to my Magnezone. And he has 2 Pokemon at this point, so decided to use Flash Cannon because his Gardevoir will get destroyed by the Magnezone by Flash Cannon, like you'll see right here, or his Noivern will also get destroyed. So it was a win-win either way if you stayed in or switched. But his Flash Cannon destroyed his Magnezone, or not Magnezone, destroyed his Mega Gardevoir, and then he switches into. And he switches into Noivern. And then I decided to use Flash Cannon again. Actually, I forgot that he had Flamethrower for a bit, so I just kept my Magnezone in. But he survived, because, you know, Magnezone is clutch. And I use Flash Cannon to finish him off. So that was a good game. Good game. Master Trainer Joe, Pokey Russ, that's his name. Yeah, that's it.